Okay, so Favre, Breeze, Manning, Marino have been to a combined 8 Super Bowls. This is your 9th. That is insane.
Yeah.
Like, does that resonate with you the way it does the rest of us?
You know, in some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. I mean, yes, in the fact that, I've just been so lucky to be a part of this organization for a long time, and we've had so many great teams. And this is all about a team goal. This is not, an individual thing. This is every year establishing, and really earning the right to get to this point. It's not easy. Every team starts at the bottom, and, the commitment starts, at the beginning of the off season, and guys, they work hard and put in all the work in to have a good training camp, and then you have a good training camp, rolls into September. It doesn't always go perfect, as we've seen this year with our team, but you keep putting the work in, you keep focusing on what the team goals are, and then ultimately, you get a chance to make the playoffs, and then you got to beat the best teams, and to beat San Diego like we did,
right.
It's a great win against a great team, and then to go to Arrowhead and win there against another great team speaks a lot about our character, speaks about the way that we've improved over the course of the season, and we got one more game to go, and hopefully we can finish it the right way.
Every season is specific. This year is insane, though. I mean, Julian being out for the first 4 games, Gronk dealing with some injuries, Josh Gordon coming and going.
Yep.
How did you get here?
Yeah, I know. It's never linear. I mean, I guess you have a few years in there, and I can think of a few in our team history that just kind of went like, obviously the 07 team. And 2010, I thought we had a great team. We lost to the Jets in the playoffs, 14-2. And there's some other years that are just you gotta fight and claw. 2001 was like that. This year has been like that. I think 2011 was like that to a degree. Last year was like that to a degree. So you just gotta. I know it is, but you gotta believe that you can do it. And I think the team has a lot of poise. There's no panic, obviously, in our coach. There's no panic in our organization. There's no panic in the players. It's just like, guys, it didn't go well. Let's learn from it. Sometimes when you lose, that's where you learn the most. And if you let it discourage you to the point where that 1 loss becomes 2, the 2 becomes 3, well, then you have a tough season because it's hard to rebound from 2 or 3 or 4 losses in a row. You got to figure out a way to, fix the problem and then get back on track. And then if you can string off a bunch of wins, which we did at one point this year, get you in a decent position.
I saw you after the AFC Championship game. You seemed so happy. And then I was talking to some people who and they said you do really seem genuinely happy in your everyday life. And I know that seems a little strange, but like, how happy are you right now? Is what I'm seeing real?
Yeah, I think, after to beat Kansas City, I mean, that's just it's an incredible game. You go and you play the number 1 seed on the road. I mean, there's nothing but just joy when you win. And life should be about that in a lot of ways. And I think I was talking to my wife earlier this week, like, we always have a choice of what we want to focus on. Mm-hmm. We could always focus on the thing that maybe didn't work or didn't go our way or this or that. Or you can focus on, what's positive in your life or all the great things and be optimistic. And I think I choose, more often than not, the joy. I choose the enjoyment. I choose the positives. And it brings me a lot of joy. And I think when you're in this position, you're 41 years old, you enjoy these things. This isn't going to go on forever. We've had a great, history of winning football here in this organization. This year, we get a chance to write, our own chapter in Patriot history. And, you want to finish the game the last way. The game's incredibly difficult to win. There's, the Rams are a great team. Kansas City was a great team. The Rams had to beat a great team in New Orleans to get here. So, only one team wins, and I think that's what makes the NFL hard. You got 32 teams. It's ultra competitive. Every team is competitive as the next. They all got great players. They all got high picks. They all got, we're all dealing with the salary cap. So there's nothing easy about it. And I think if you just keep grinding and you keep, putting the work in and you keep focusing on the team goals, you get to the point where we did this year. And, it took a lot, but we're here. And like I said, now we got to figure out how to play one more great game, and that's what our goal is.
So you always are about positivity. You always have been your whole career. Not to belabor the point about this year, but what do you feel different about this year than you do the rest of your career, perhaps? Just personally, just about where you are in life.
Well, I'm obviously older. My kids are not as young as they were, when you're taking care of little babies all the time. And, my kids are older. They've been able to enjoy it. Everything, obviously I got great support at home. My wife is, an incredible woman to support me in my dreams. I had a lot of time with my kids this offseason, so I really feel like I filled up the tank with them. And I think that was really important for me over the course of the season. It's a long season for all of us. And, from where I was when I was 22 or 23 when I was starting to now, a lot of things have changed, in my life. And you have different responsibilities and priorities. And, to focus on them when they needed their time, and then to really be, focused on what this team needs, has been a really great balance for me. And I feel like my tank was really full, and I feel like I've emptied the tank a lot. This is a year that, we all put a lot in. That's what football players do. And you're rewarded when you get a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And I feel like, I've been really rewarded and blessed this year, and playing on a great team with guys that are just hardworking guys. They want to get the job done. It's about the team. And this is the ultimate team sport. And I hope people appreciate, the magnitude of what team sports are all about. It's not about an individual or just the offense or just the defense. And, we've talked so much about, star players and championship players. And we've worked hard to be a championship type team. And this team now has to go win the final one to win the world championship. We won an AFC championship. But, to win this world championship is a whole nother level. Yeah.
You mentioned coming into the season with a full tank. I actually wanted to ask you about that. You took a different approach. You said you needed to do something different this offseason. Did it help? I mean, do we feel like we're in this position right now, perhaps because of the approach you took?
No, I don't think there's...
It's not the same.
Yeah, I don't see that's the reason.
Sure.
The reason is because our team earned it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think, I needed to, again... prioritize my family when they have their moments. My kids aren't getting any younger.
Right.
We're not getting these moments back in our life. And, I can't just forget that I have really other important people and responsibilities in my life too. So, I'm happy that the team was able to allow me to do that. I'm happy that, we've been able to have the success that we've had. And, I'm looking forward to going in and trying to play a great game.
One of the things that you said earlier this year was that you want to make sure that you're having fun when you do this. I keep coming back to the fun part. I don't know why. I just feel like you are really having fun. Are you having fun?
I always think, a football season is like running a marathon. Uh-huh. I think when you're in the middle of mile 13, you're not going, man, this is the most fun thing I've ever done. Sure. But I definitely think there's moments of those where, man, you win the game and you're enjoying that. I think you're out at practice and you're enjoying that. You finish a meeting and, you're excited about what happened. It's fun. There's there's a lot of emotions. There's anger. There's disappointment. There's sadness. But there is, the joy emotion. There is the love emotion with your teammates. There's so many things that it takes over the course of many months, 5 months, 6 months. It's not all going to be one thing. It's going to be a lot of things. And it ebbs and flows. And that's part of the football season. It's a long year, and you've got to be able to have enough mental toughness to push through whatever you need to play your best at the biggest moments. And that's what football is all about.
Let's just talk quickly about mortality, age. You have the chance to do something that nobody has ever done at 41 years old. Is there any chance that this is your last game? Zero.
Zero.
Say it. I don't want to just say
There's
it.
zero. Yeah,
Okay.
There's zero. I've said that for a long time. I feel like I'm asked that a lot. And I feel like I repeat the same answer, but no one wants to believe me.
I feel like one of the coaches in the AFC East, trying to tell you, are you sure this is not your not the end?
I know. I just, I've set a goal for myself at 45. And like I said before, it's very hard to make it that far. I know how hard it was this year, and the commitment it takes. And hopefully I've learned from some of the things that happened this year to be better next year. But every year is tough. This is, there's 25-year-olds that don't make it a season. There's 23-year-olds that don't make it a season. There's obviously, as a contact sport, you can't control everything. I can control myself. I can control what I do for my body in the off season, how I prepare. I've talked about those things at length.
Right.
I feel like I've kind of laid the blueprint for people, whether people want to believe me or
Absolutely.
not.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's really what I want to inspire the next generation to do, is learn from me, learn from the things that I've showed you how to do. And, there'll be a lot of people, in my belief, if they follow those things, that are playing well past what people may have thought they would have played, before I was doing it. And I'm not the only player that's ever done it. There's a lot of other guys that are still,
right.
Adam Vinatieri, he's still playing a different position, but he's still playing. There's other great athletes, that are still performing well. So
Whether it's the pliability, the hydration, all those things, what you're doing now is validating what you preach. You're playing at an age that no one else has done.
yeah.
What would it be that would keep you from playing anymore? What would stop you from playing?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it's just I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know when the time's right, and I'm gonna feel like, okay, I've kind of had enough, and I don't quite feel like that yet. I feel like I've still made a lot of improvements, and I still feel like I can continue to do it at a championship level, and I enjoy it a lot. I mean, I love playing football. I really do. I go out to practice. I love preparing for football. Watching film has never been a problem for me. Doing all the workouts, that's never a problem for me. Practicing's never a problem. Those are things I really love. Football was my first love. It really was. And, for me to love it like that has enabled me to work hard at it and learn lessons over the course of that time to work more efficiently. And all the work that I've done with, Alex to really allow my body to function at a very high level at this age, is taught me so much. And, I'm so grateful, for the support that I have. Like I said, it takes a lot of people, and when you get that support, you want to go make people proud. And I think that's, where I was at before, and that's still where I'm at now.